Before I bought the Sony ZV-E10, I did a lot of research, and one camera that popped up quite a lot is the Panasonic GH5. When it was released back in 2017, it was a groundbreaking mirrorless camera. I believe it's the first mirrorless camera to introduce 4K, 24p, 422, 10-bit internal recording. There's no time limit for recording, and the in-body stabilization is unbelievable. You can handheld and walk around without a gimbal, and you will still get a smooth video. Many filmmakers use it for professional productions. 5 years later, in 2021, there are still quite a lot of videographers swear by it. You can see people recommending this 5-year-old Micro Four Thirds camera on YouTube. I seriously considered getting this camera. However, there are two major downsides of the GH5. First is the autofocus. Everyone says it's not reliable at all. The other one is the low light performance. As a Micro Four Thirds camera, the smaller sensor takes in less light comparing to an APS-C and full-frame camera. It's not the best choice for night photography. In the year of 2021, I can get a second-hand GH5 about the same price as a new ZVE10 at where I am. That gave me the idea to compare these two cameras. When you put the video codecs of GH5 and ZVE10 together, you would be surprised that the 5-year-old GH5 completely destroys the newly released ZVE10. ZVE10 can only record 4K, 24 or 30p in 420, while GH5 can record 4K, 60p, 420. And if you use an external recorder like Ninja 5, it can go up to 4K 60p 422. For 4K 30p 422, you can do it internally with GH5, and it's downscaled from a 5.2K sensor, so the quality is pretty solid. The 4K videos from ZVE10 is no doubt of good quality, but 420 can compete with 422. If you want to get the best color when grading your videos, and of course with 20 million pixels, GH5 can handle photo taking. Speaking of video taking, if you don't want to carry a gimbal, GH5's in-body stabilization has you covered. Even in 2022, it's still among the best you can get. But for ZVE10, it doesn't even come with the in-body stabilization function. Although you can use the gyro data with the Catalyst Browse software to help stabilizing your videos, it's not as good or convenient as using GH5. And I'm also considering getting a DJI Action 2 for taking videos that require camera movement. The stabilization is better with the horizon steady function. And just like GH5, it's probably not a good option for low light videos. For that, I will just come back to my ZVE10. And DJI Action 2 is even smaller and cheaper and has more applications. So why did I go for ZVE10 instead of GH5? Well, that's because my main focus at the moment is photography. I want to use this camera to learn more about photography before I move on to videography, as I feel like photography is the foundation of videography. A video is just a series of photos, right? And ZVE10 is half the weight of GH5. I can take it anywhere I go. APS-C sensor is large enough for me to play with the depth of field, to explore the bokeh. And moreover, I would also like to use my camera at night. Pairing with the Sigma 60mm f1.4, The APS-C sensor is not too shabby for night photography. Although the video capability is not the best, 4K 30p 420 is good enough for a beginner in videography. And most of my videos go to YouTube these days. 1080p will suffice usually. That means I can use 120p for slow motions, which is, again, quite enough. Lastly, for the price, you get so much from this camera. It's a bargain. To conclude, I find ZVE10 is much more beginner-friendly camera. So, if you just started with photography, ZVE10 got you covered in every possible aspect. But if you are more experienced or your focus is videography, GH5 is still a solid option in 2022, especially when you get a second-hand one. The price is amazing for what you get. As I checked on Amazon the day I make this video, the price of a second-hand GH5 is under $1,000 US. The GH6 is coming right at the corner. I have no doubt that it will be an amazing camera, on par with A7S3, but I'm not planning on spending $2,500 on a camera at the moment. Don't take it the wrong way, I'm sure GH6 is worth the money. It's just not for me. Even GH5 is a bit too much for me as a beginner. Maybe I will get a GH5 to learn more about videography in the future. And when I am confident about my skills and when it is necessary, I will look into the GH6 or A7S3. Alright, this is the video for today. I hope you like my videos. If you do, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. I'll see you next time.